timp and snare drum is first, right? In this fanfare and processional. Paige Poo, you ready? Okay.
Graduates, please stand. Please stand. Seniors, one more round of applause. How do they look? Thank you, seniors. Have a seat. Good evening. Welcome to Steve Upton Field and Dickinson Stadium for the 147th Commencement ceremony. Please stand, everyone, and join our St. Joseph High School band under the direction of Mr. Engelman and our choir director, Mrs. Gray Roll, and our senior choir members with the playing and singing of our national anthem. Thank you, Mr. Engelman, Mrs. Gray Roll. Thank you for the national anthem. My name is Greg Blomgren. I'm the principal here at St. Joseph High School. On behalf of Mr. Guzzo, Mr. Berry, our teachers, the students, and all of our staff at St. Joseph High School, we would like to welcome all of you to beautiful Steve Upton Field at Dickinson Stadium and the 147th St. Joseph High School commencement ceremony. How about this beautiful weather today? Was there any doubt the sun would not shine on the class of 2019? We would also like to extend a special welcome to the St. Joseph Public School Board of Education, the St. Joseph Public School Administrative Team, the St. Joseph Public School Foundation member, distinguished alumni, guests, families, friends, and most importantly, let's once again welcome the St. Joseph High School class 2019. Please permit me to take a moment and recognize a couple of very special groups in attendance today. First, our military personnel. Can we have all the military veterans, those currently serving in the military, and our enlisting graduates, please stand and be recognized for your service to our country. Thank you. Next, our retiring staff at St. Joseph High School deserves a moment of recognition. This year we have one retiring member of our staff at St. Joseph High School. Mrs. Barb Clark, will you please stand? Mrs. Clark has been in education for 40 years. 30 of those years have been spent with us in St. Joseph Public Schools. Mrs. Clark has had a great run at St. Joseph Public Schools working with some of our most needy students and has had a positive impact on so many of our students over the years. Congratulations, Mrs. Clark, on your retirement, and thank you. And now, to the class of 2019. This is an exciting day for us, for all of us, your parents, your families, your friends, and the school community. We are all extremely proud of you. For the last 4 years at St. Joseph High School, you have managed to balance the academic, the social, the extracurricular, and family expectations that have consumed your every minute. You have worked hard for this day, and you will soon become the newest group of alumni at St. Joseph High School. As the last 4 years have passed, I've had the opportunity to get to know some of you better than others. Yet, undoubtedly, at some point over the last 4 years, we have all likely fist bumped. We've probably even given each other my favorite hand gesture. And maybe we've even disagreed about something. I have watched closely and observed you overcome failure, sadness, disappointment. I have also observed your smiles, your laughs, your successes, and yes, parents, I have even heard them say thank you from time to time. My observations, my interactions with the class of 2019 has led me to the following conclusions. You have made us all very proud. You have done very well. You have earned this day. And I know, class 2019, you will accomplish great things and become alumni that we will always speak highly of at St. Joseph High School. To our teachers at St. Joseph High School, I say this each year and will continue to say it every year. The teachers at St. Joseph High School are what makes our high school a special place, like none other in the state of Michigan. Teachers, your dedication, commitment, passion, care for our students goes above and beyond year in and year out. Thank you, teachers. Lastly, thank you to the parents, families, friends of the graduating seniors. Your partnership, trust, and endless support of your son or daughter while they have been with us at St. Joseph Public Schools has created an educational community that is second to none. Graduates, we look forward to seeing and hearing about all the great experiences that will soon be defining your lives and impacting who you become as young adults. Class of 2019, we know you are ready, we know you will make us proud, and we know you will do great things. Congratulations, class of 2019. Couple of housekeeping items. First, as we continue on with graduation and commencement tonight, we would ask that you please remain seated during the ceremony to allow everyone the opportunity to see their graduate. If you need to stand, we would ask that you move towards the sides or towards the back so that we're not blocking the view of others. Second, the restrooms below are open, just in case. Next, when we get to the presentation of diplomas, parents and family members, we would ask that you please also remain seated to take your pictures. Your cooperation and attention to this will be appreciated by all and provide the opportunity for us all to see the graduates receiving their diploma. We will have professional photographers taking photos of your graduate receiving their diploma and also a solo picture of each graduate holding their diploma as they return to their seat. These photos will be made available to you in a week or so at no charge as a gift from us to you. We will also be sending out a link via power announcement when the photos are available, and this commencement ceremony is also being streamed via YouTube, and it is live, but it's also being taped, so that will also be available to you afterwards for you to view. Last, As we finish with the commencement ceremony today, family and friends, please feel free to come down to the field and take pictures with your graduate. We will need all of the seniors to report back to the high school for final checkout before leaving or heading off to the senior all-night party. That's it for housekeeping things. Next up is Paul Moon, our senior class president. Paul?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Paul, and I was the 11th and 12th grade class president. On behalf of the class of 2019, I would first like to welcome all faculty, alumni, friends, family, and distinguished guests to the 147th commencement ceremony of St. Joseph High School. Well, graduates, we made it. And I'd like to start off by outlining some of our accomplishments, because our class of 2019 is undoubtedly the most accomplished and attractive class in St. Joe High School's history. We accumulated a whopping $2,442,730 in scholarship money. Our athletic teams, math club, quiz bowl team, and many more took home several regional, district, and state awards. The robotics team convinced our district, foundation, and community donors that a robotics center was needed, and of course, qualified for state and world championships every year that we've been here. We started several new clubs, such as the Recycling Club, Environmental Club, Socratic Club, and Euchre Club. We were even the first class to go one-to-one with our MacBook Airs at Upton. Shout out to Bob Campus, you'll forever be in our hearts. And of course, we broke Mr. Walter's food drive record every year, this year alone gathering about 130,000 servings for donation. Street poet and philosopher Drake once said, "Started from the bottom, now the whole team here." In class, through all of our efforts and accomplishments, it definitely looks like the whole team's here. We are creative, problem-solving, intellectual individuals and have never been more ready for whatever's waiting for us. Now, moving forward, being a graduate of St. Joe means using your education to not only be personally successful, but to give back to whatever communities you all may find yourselves in. But what do I really mean by education? It's not recalling the 14th president or finding the derivative of 5x to the 4th that will leave a lasting impression. By the way, it's Franklin Pearson 20x cubed. It's about how we use what we've learned to impact the lives of those around us. As Albert Einstein once said, education is what remains after one has forgotten everything he's learned in school. From our 4 years at St. Joe, we've learned how to learn and have been taught not so much what to think, but how to think. And that's the true value of our St. Joe education. So class, as we part ways, the thought I want to leave you with is this. Regardless of what lies ahead, dare to take risks. Try not to be blinded by the idea of material success and do what you want to do, because at the end of the day, that's what will lead to a happy, fulfilling life. Class, each and every one of you has the potential to change the world. It doesn't matter what failures you might face or what hardships you faced in the past. All that matters now is that you dare to make your vision for the world a reality. I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for an amazing high school experience and hope you'll all find great successes in the future. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Good evening. I'm Ann Carden, Superintendent of St. Joseph Public Schools, and personally, I'm just so glad we're back home for the commencement of 2019 and on our own turf, literally. So congratulations, class of 2019. Over the next several weeks, everyone's going to give you words of wisdom, and you're going to hear a lot of quotes, so I'm going to start you off by one tonight. I'm not sure about you, but I've been caught up in the whole Game of Thrones excitement, right, for the last several years watching it. So today I'm going to start with a quote from George R.R. Martin's novel, A Song of Ice and Fire, upon which the series was based. Never forget who you are, for surely the world will not. Make it your strength. Then it can never be your weakness. Armor yourself in it, and it will never be used to hurt you. I look forward to following your progress and watching how you will change the world and make your mark in a positive fashion. We are sending you off with a great foundation. You are more than ready, and I'm really proud of all of you. There have been many people who have assisted you on your successful educational journey, and many people to thank. You've had supportive parents, dedicated teachers, quality administrators, and a board of education who made the policies, set the standards, and provided the opportunities you had as students. Please acknowledge each of these board members who worked endless hours to assure that the education you received was the most relevant and rigorous possible. Our president, Mr. Barry Conybeare. Our Vice President, Mr. Kerry Wright. Our Secretary, Mrs. Amy Marone. Treasurer, Mr. Chris Cook. Trustee, Mr. Rick Dyer. Trustee, Mrs. Kathy Wykamp. And Trustee, Mr. Brett Weir. Now, for those of you who came through Upton, you know how Mr. Mandarino ends everything, right? With a quote. So I'm channeling Mr. Mandarino for you. A little quote by Mark Twain. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did so. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from this safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. And now, please help me welcome Mr. Sam Abdenauer, President of the St. Joseph Public Schools Foundation.
Thank you, Ann, and on behalf of the St. Joe Public School Foundation, congratulations to the class of 2019. Well done. We have a program through the foundation called Distinguished Alumni, and I'd like to just spend a couple of minutes talking about the alumni winners or participants that were chosen for this year. Please refer to your program for there is a lot of great detail about their accomplishments throughout their lives and their careers. I won't go into it now. I'll just give you a taste of it. Our first recipient, Burton H. Pearson and Burton H. Pearson II. Burton Pearson graduated from St. Joe High School in 1941, then served in the United States Army Air Corps during World War II, prior to graduating from Western Michigan University. He joined Pearson Construction and became president in 1964. Burton Pearson II graduated from St. Joe High School in 1974, earned his degree in business administration from Central Michigan University. He joined Pearson Construction and became the president in 1999 upon his father's retirement. Bert has played an active role in the development and success of independent local contractors, including minority and women-owned firms. The extensive list of buildings, including schools, hospitals, businesses, and churches constructed by Pearson Construction from the 1920s through the current time, tells a story of significant economic impact the firm has had on the area, creating thousands of jobs in the local community. Congratulations, Bert Pearson and Chris Petsky, daughter of Burton Pearson. Martin Rollinger graduated from St. Joe in 1978. He was awarded an ROTC scholarship to attend the University of Michigan, graduating cum laude with a degree in civil engineering. Upon graduation, he was commissioned a second lieutenant in the U.S. Marine Corps and commenced a brilliant military career over the next 2 decades, retiring honorably in 2003 with the rank of lieutenant colonel. As a civilian, Marty is considered an expert in the aviation industry and leads the flight department at LECO Corporation. He says this about his time at St. Joe. St. Joe High School's rigorous academic standards were a key enabler for success at college and in my early career. Along with my father, St. Joe High School faculty imparted a love of learning and confidence and real-life problem solving. Congratulations, Marty. And our final recipient, Anna Clark. After graduating from St. Joe High School in 1999, Anna attended the University of Michigan, where she graduated with high honors and went on to Warren Wilson College's Master of Fine Arts program for writers, where she focused on fiction. As a freelance journalist in Detroit, Anna has been published in Elle Magazine, the New York Times, Politico, the Columbia Journalism Review, and Next City. Her most recent book, The Poison City, Flint's Water and the American Urban Tragedy, was named one of the best books of the year by the Washington Post, was long listed for the Andrew Carnegie Medal for Excellence in Nonfiction, and is a finalist for the Helen Bernstein Book Award for Excellence in Journalism. Anna is a founding member of the Write a House program in Detroit. Congratulations, Anna. Once again, congratulations to our distinguished alumni and, of course, the class of 2019. We are proud of you all and wish you all the best in the future. Go Bears.
So, hi. Somebody once asked my mother, "What's your greatest fear?" And she said, "A microphone in front of my son." I hope she was talking about my brother. So I talked to Mr. Bloomgren just indoors, and I asked him how long the speech was supposed to be, and he said 5 to 7 minutes, and I came a little over-prepared, so give me a second while I quickly edit. All right, so I'll take out 5 minutes of jokes about minorities, 5 minutes of jokes about religion, 10 minutes of jokes about Lakeshore, sorry, a little rivalry humor. 15 minutes. And 40 minutes jokes about Hunter Christensen. All right. I'm just going to wing it. So I'd assume that across the state and across the nation, you have a variety of different graduation speakers of all types of backgrounds that are saying the relative same message to the class of 2019. There's 2 things that you won't hear today from me. Number 1 is you can do anything that you put your mind to. That's stupid. It is. You can't become a pterodactyl. You can't jump off a cliff without a parachute and turn into a flying squirrel. So you can't always do everything you put your mind to. Number 2 is the future is yours. I don't like that one either. Anybody that's ever said the future is yours has never been married with kids. Parents, go home tonight and take a look at your family calendar and tell me if you feel the future is yours. So instead of talking about future possibilities, I think the message today should be about today's opportunities. Every single day, God gives us the opportunity to do something great. Every single day. So why don't people take advantage of it? 2 reasons. They fear the risk. They assume that the opportunity comes in the form of experience, that they need the experience to seize the opportunity. They assume that the opportunity is going to make them uncomfortable. They assume that the opportunity is going to require a sacrifice that they may not be willing to make. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's the risk and the sacrifice that makes the opportunity great. Number 2, they don't know what it looks like. Fine, I'll describe it to you. It doesn't look at all like you. The opportunities that are out there come in the form of a young child who cries out for hunger and needs your help. The opportunity comes in the form of a homeless person who just needs a couple of bucks to get through the evening. The opportunity comes in the form of everyday opportunities to sit down with a friend who just wants to talk to you because they have nowhere else to turn. Never fear the risk, and always recognize the person standing right next to you could be that opportunity. And so my final message is this. As all of us climb in our canoes of life and row down the river of God's opportunities, never fear the rapids, because although loved ones come and go, and we go through a cycle of friends, it never means that the river ends. It only means the river bends. Go Bears.
Good afternoon, family, friends, and class of 2019. Although it is bittersweet, I'm truly honored to be able to speak today and represent this amazing group of people I got to call my peers. My name is Nadia Judge, and I entered the class of 2019 in 7th grade at Upton Middle School. In my Algebra 1 class, I was frustrated because I'd done badly on a test. When my teacher was reviewing it, I tried to be cool by saying, like a little brat, "So, when am I ever going to need this in real life?" I'm pretty sure anyone who's gone to school is guilty of saying this, or at least thinking it. And even in my last few months, I heard it countless times. So it got me thinking, what is the point? Why would we ever need to identify different types of trees, read our poetry in front of the whole class, and take a derivative of a function? What's the point? It wasn't until my senior year that I realized it's not all about the content we're learning, but instead the experiences we go through while learning it. Because graduation is already long enough, I'm only going to talk about the 3 most important things that I, and I'm sure many of us, have learned from St. Joe. The first is drive. From late nights up studying biology or writing a paper, we learned to test our limits and do what was necessary to succeed. And sometimes we didn't succeed. None of us are naive enough to think that high school is the hardest part of our lives. But from the hard times in high school, we learned how to push through. In the real world, detention slips will be replaced by tickets, and late assignment grades will be replaced by termination letters. St. Joe was just practice for real life, and it has given us the drive we need to succeed. The second lesson we learned was how important it is to use our voices. We are walking into a world with lots of problems, and learning how to use our voice is the first step in changing it. St. Joe taught us how to look around, see what matters, and try to do something about it. I'm sure we didn't all love writing our MGRPs or debating political issues in Mr. Rad's class, but these things were necessary to teach us that our words are powerful and can be used in a positive way to create change. Finally, St. Joe taught us compassion, which we learned by example. From long talks with Miss Nick, we learned not to give up on people, no matter how much we may want to. From Mr. Bloomgren and Mr. Guzzo, we learned that even a fist bump can make someone's day brighter. And from Mrs. Wallace, we learned how important it is to do what you love as long as it's right. From our classmates and best friends, we learned how important we learned No matter how late at night and how small the problem, there are people who care about us more than we know. Everything and every person at St. Joe has made each of us grow into the people we are today. And that's the point. Somehow, between the assignments and tests, friendships and football games, we gained the skills we needed to take on the future. And now it's time for a new beginning. Wherever that may be, I am confident that the class of 2019 has never been more ready. So here's to us. Thank you.
Good evening. All right, what's some speeches from Nadia and Mr. Hayden? Wow. And Paul, everyone. Speeches, good speeches tonight. All right, guys. I think we all can agree that days are long and the years are short. I remember it was 5th grade field day, and I stood patiently in a line covering yards of a large field filled with different fun activities. Strawberry snow cones melted down people's fingers and already glued together by the sugar from the cotton candy. What's your favorite sport? What do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to be? A tall man with a deep voice had asked me. And this middle-aged man, he painted my arm with superhero tattoos, and I noticed all the boys either got their favorite sport or superhero, and the girls usually got princesses, unicorns, or Care Bears. You guys remember the Care Bears, yeah. All right. Now, although all women are princesses in their own way, you're welcome. You're welcome. I didn't expect a girl to be a unicorn, or a Care Bear for that matter. But most of all, I never expected myself to be giving a commencement speech today. We all come here to celebrate the ending of our chapter 1. And many of us will start chapter 2 quite similar to chapter 1, except all the cotton candy, snow cones, and corn dogs turns into ramen noodles and more ramen noodles. But while some chapters may have the same beginning and ending, none of them tell the same story. And each chapter thickens our muscles and expands our brain in different ways. In the beginning of my chapter 1, I went through challenges, but it was the mindset that I evolved that affected the outcome. I started creating better habits that became second nature. And I didn't even think I would be here today, until I ran into a lady who would change my life. She has impacted our community so much by sharing her love and creating a family for those in need of one. She promised me and many others the opportunity of graduating high school. If I could promise her, I would try and do my best to work with her. And Mrs. Nick somehow managed to be both by my side and on my rear end. I tell you what, she worked hard to help not only me, but many amazing talented kids, and gave us all a new experience and an opportunity. And Mrs. Nick didn't just change our community, she impacted the world by her simple act of kindness. You see, kindness is an act where it takes no skill, talent, or your money. It's simply an act that the blind can see, the deaf can hear, and that we all may feel. Kids come from two completely different worlds and get together to gain a new perspective and get a new world experience by becoming friends and understanding each other. A wise man by the name of Albert Einstein once said, and I quote, "If you judge a fish's ability to climb a tree, it will live its entire life thinking it's dumb." Don't let anyone judge your wisdom. We're all great at something, usually very intelligent in that area we are greatest in. Excuse me, sorry. Yes. When you truly want something and you go after it without limiting yourself with disbelief, the universe will make it happen. Remember, the days that break you are the days that make you. You have 86,400 seconds in a day. Imagine if that was in your bank account and someone stole $10. Would you blow the rest? Or would you let that person keep that $10 or that 10 seconds and go on? Don't let anyone allow you to blow the rest of your day away or your 86,390 seconds. And let them have the 10 seconds and go on with your day with a smile that can't be taken away. I'd like to thank everyone in the community for coming out tonight. My name is Dwayne Cole. Thank you for listening.
I think we have a great graduating class of 2019. Great examples right here. Paul, Nadia, and Dwayne, thank you for your message today. Thank you, guys. Mr. Hayden, also thank you for sharing your teacher message with our students today. Thank you, Mr. Hayden. At this time, can I please have the following students come forward and stand at center field along the track, please? John Adkins. Kelsey Bodette. Kitaki Gaikwad. Megan Goldan. Ashish Harikrishnan. Abby Hartfield. Cameron Haynes. Simerjit Kaur. Ashley Ka. Max Nolan. And Catherine Zhang. In the 2016-2017 school year, the question was posed, how can we better recognize our highest academic performers for their accomplishments at St. Joseph High School? A committee comprised of teachers, parents, and administrators was formed, and the Academic Hall of Fame was established beginning the 2017-2018 school year. Last year, at the 2018 graduation ceremony, we inducted our very first class of Academic Hall of Famers. Standing before you today are the students being inducted into the class of 2019 St. Joseph High School Academic Hall of Fame. These students have earned the highest weighted cumulative GPAs in their graduating class and have taken the most rigorous and challenging courses scheduled and offered at St. Joseph High School, finishing with a cumulative GPAs that range from 4.514 to 4.367. And combined, they average as a collective group a weighted cumulative GPA of 4.426. The class of 2019 Academic Hall of Famers are wearing a white stole on their gown, signifying their outstanding academic accomplishments. They were recognized this morning in the Herald Palladium for their academic performance with a picture and recognition on the front page of the local section. And they will become a permanent fixture to be forever honored in the main hallway of the high school in our Academic Hall of Fame display. We are very proud to announce to you our second ever class of inductees to the class of 2019 Academic Hall of Fame at St. Joseph High School. Congratulations, students. Thank you, guys. You can be seated. All right. Why we came today, why we're here this evening. The time has come. Shall we present some diplomas to these graduating seniors? Superintendent Carden. The 246 seniors sitting before you have met all the requirements of the state of Michigan, the Michigan Merit Curriculum, and the St. Joseph Public School Board of Education for graduation. I am recommending that all 246 of these outstanding seniors receive their diplomas. At this time, can we please have our senior class officers please take their places, along with Mrs. Wagner and Mrs. Cook for the presentation of diplomas. Mr. Berry and Mr. Guzzo, please assist with the seniors in their rows. And School Board President, Mr. Connie Bear, will you please come forward and present the diplomas to each of the students?
Thank you. Jason Benjamin DeLay. Demi Ann Thompson. Mac Bowman Hawkins. Andrew Adams. Bradley Allen Gaver. Megan Marie Hayun. Max Alexander Kelly. Joshua Burns. Grant Michael Huey. Dwayne Cole. Emma Matfolk. Brandon Nelson Baker. Derek Holowasco. Caleb C. Mueller. Kaylee Elizabeth Rooker. Kylie Meyer. Jesse Scrima Bailey. Alicia Kusaka. Nadia Judge. Ashley Kuh. Kara Elizabeth Lehner. Simerjeet Kaur. Megan Elise Guldan. Ketki Sanjay Gaikwad. Morgan Piontek. Danielle Nicole Christabel. Michaela Lynn Scott. Kelsey Maria Oberer. Sophia Schultz. Noah Michael Brooks. Andreas C. Vetney. Liam Hodson. Elijah Gray Edlifson. Ashish Harikrishnan. Jack Owen Moody. Matthew Sparkman. Sydney Madeline Briney. Hannah Elizabeth Bactiel. Courtney Lynn Farish. Olivia McQueen. Elizabeth K. Ashmead. Nathan Michael Long. Janelle Rose Gerke. Antonio Kenneth Giovanni Burfine. Alexandra Nicole Aarons. Ethan Michael Valdez. Gabriella Marie Spearing. Haley Moini. Noah Marcus Hayden. Brianna Jean Walsh. Patricia Ann Terry. Amanda Christine Jones. Riley Aaron Igo. Megan Catherine Corby. Isabel Victoria Svek. Elena Denton Walsh.
Kiara Lanice Autry. Katie Lynn Warren. Miranda Grace McDonald. Alejandra Ramirez. Brianna Nichelle White. Genesis Amarie Johnson. Taylor S. Jefferson. Larisha McCoy Hines. Teray Elizabeth Herndon. Savaria Mitchell. Sydney Lynn Yonker. Hayden Marie Kowalska. Natasha Lindsay. Talia Grace Nowak. Brenda Jensen Kelly. Patrick Conrad Sohn. Hudson Vaughn Woodruff. Anthony Thomas Salentani. Jack Ryan Viersma. Lane Edison Everett. Griffin Noel. Hunter T. Christensen. Tiger Crump. Sean Green Jr. Arthur Leroy Herndon III. Zoe Margaret Vaughn. Caitlin Maher. Brady Cushman. Ethan Gillespie. Evan O'Malley. Samuel Andres. Grace Marie Andres. Jack Altos. Alyssa Knuth. Aaron Knuth. Amanda Marine Shout. Brianna Linda Rosales. Kira Renee Mason. Kelsey Lee Bodette. Laura Jean Andres. Alexandra Strakova. Catherine News Chahaki. Aaron Penner. Morgan Nevada Sweet. Julia Ryden. Joffrey Frank Gauthier. Celine Marie Dar. Alyssa Bush. Lauren Hokinson. Catherine Irene Eberhardt Luker. May Elizabeth Ernest. Caitlin June Bailey. Carolyn Treese Turek. Maylee Rain Von Baron. Lucas Winus. Tysir A. Farhan. Jackson Modigal. Mateus W. Eisbrook. Connor J. Robinson. Benjamin James Newland.
Zachary Edwin Hempel. Okay. Gabriella Nicole Maxim. Allie Morrison. Emily Cynthia Camburn. Jessica Mary Sue McCaslin. Anthony Nathan Waters. Ray Lee Perkins. Jillian Elizabeth Chapman. Tyler Laybach. Raceland Waterhouse. Zach Morowski. Logan James Bora. Sarah Grace Crossman. Ryan Matthew Okonski.
Ryan!
Kyle James Reck. Eric White. Hunter Sanders. Jordan Marble. Okay, yeah. Devin Jordan Frenchco. Joseph William Conybear. Mackenzie Herschel. Kayla Renee Flanagan. Siobhan Paige Miller. I'll get that later. Jerry Faye Wakefield. Or no, I'll do it later. Megan Rose Lear. Diego Streck Rodriguez. Ricardo Azevedo. Nathaniel Cole. Aaliyah Shapiro. Lauren Masters. Jack Brian Brightcruz. Peter Kevin Kobielski. Anthony Michael Maselli. Frank Kerdokis. Noah Benjamin Brent. Clara Lisa Casper. Ariella Ortiz. Millie Rodriguez. Kiera Pietrasanti. Nina Sharner. Okay. Sydney Alexa Hill. Erin Elizabeth Maddox. Maxwell Donald Hunter.
What are you doing?
You know Michael, by the way.
John Adkins. Vera G. Tikhonova. Jordan Faith Sanderson. Grace Annalise Richards. Catherine Zhang.
What's up, Kathy?
Jenna Jo Hackathorn.
Hezekiah. James Wesley Hezekiah.
Do I say this one too? James Wesley Hezekiah Ellsworth. Joshua P. Griffin. Yep. Karanpreet Singh. Zion Mitchell. Isaac Meyer. Jagrup Singh. Mitchell Brunsting. Michael Bradfield. Alexander James Rushford Richards. William Michael Arney.
There you go, Bush.
Nicholas Bush.
Daniel Lorick. Dylan Richard Herman. Fisher Avery Johnson. Curiata. Zach Steven Curiata.
Blushki? Yeah.
Ryan Scott Blushki.
That's loud enough, right? There? Okay.
Elizabeth Grace Bolin.
Kiesbert.
Abby Marie Kiespert.
Yakobosi, yeah.
Megan Lane Yacobosi. Abigail Catherine Hartfield. No. Cassandra Lynn Nalapa.
Yeah. Yeah. We know this one.
Alexander Michael Cox.
Alex!
Angela Foresteri. Caitlin Elizabeth Hobbs. Morgan Taylor Hutchins. Colin Rutz.
Colin!
Shayhoon Kim.
Mercado.
Serenity Nicole Mercado.
Lena Shepard? Lena.
Avery Lena Shepard.
I got this one.
Hayden Andrew Augustiniak.
Shadler, yep. Marvin?
Blaine Marvin Shadler.
Gerald Kalkman?
Noah Gerald Kalkman.
Delaney Rose Klitschman?
Delaney Rose Klitschman.
I don't say that right now.
Chad Reggie.
Amari?
Joshua Amari Dixon. Andrew Esser.
Schmuddy, yep. Kimberly Murray.
Kimberly Marie Schmuddy.
What is that? Adriana.
Juliet Adriana LaFoe.
Amber Hilton.
Amber Hilton.
Harmony Sheldon.
Harmony Sheldon.
Van Boren.
Vincent Van Voren.
Brian Ambrose.
Brian Ambrose Murley.
Allers.
Aiden Allers.
Michael Jacob Wood.
Michael Jacob Wood. Jonah Robert Essig. Anthony Primo Jacobs.
Philip.
Okay. Tyler Philip Chris. Amalia. Okay. Brooke Amalia Olson.
Yamari. Yamari.
Kayla Yamari Nichols. Natalie Elizabeth Hopkins.
Elise. Sherbet, right?
Zoe Elise Sherbet.
Polhamus.
Yeah. Avery Victoria Polhamus.
Matt.
Madison Lee Murphy.
Kaylee Sky Yingling. Okay.
Kaylee Sky Yingling.
Kira Yingling.
Kira Yingling.
Yingling.
Kendra Brooke Yingling.
Ballin J. Woodman.
Ballin G. Woodman.
Streffling.
Natalie Rose Streffling.
Doyle.
Ann Doyle.
Vinsec.
Hunter W. Vinsek. Jonah Simpson.
Trung or Jung? Just go with what's natural. Trung? Okay.
Brandon T. Trung.
How do you spell out his last name? Cameron Lawrence Haynes.
Cameron Lawrence Haynes. Stephen Andrew Ward.
Brent. Burnt.
Liam Burnt.
Okay. Garetano.
Michael Joseph Garetano.
Anzaria. Michaela. Okay. Anzaria Kirby.
Michaela Anzaria Kirby.
Winona Latham Enix. Okay. Enix.
Andriana Winona Lathian Enix.
Latham. Oh, it's too late now. Yes. It's so hard. Megan Nicole Weber.
Megan Nicole Weber.
Eleonora Ireland.
Hope Eleonora Ireland. Nicholas Selar. Graham Straczynski. He said his name wrong. He's trying to troll the class. His name's Graham, yeah. Matthew J. Burkhart. See the card? Oh. Nolan McGee Rich. President Paul Moon. I can say my own, I guess. Yeah. Maximos Robert Nolan.
Good job, Max.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Will you give me the mic too? Congratulations, Max.
Thank you.
Get a picture later. All right, we made it 246 graduates. Let's hear it for them one more time. You guys got me again. Couple more things and we'll wrap up here. First of all, we'd like to have everybody stand, join the high school band and the concert choir members as we sing the St. Joseph High School alma mater. And to close our commencement ceremony, Paul Moon, class president, one more time. Paul Moon.
I throw mine. The tassel turning ceremony signifies the conclusion of our high school experience and represents a major step into our future. Please join with me and your senior classmates on the count of 3. Move your tassel from the right to the left as a symbol of completion. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, class of 2019 in St. Joe High School's newest alumni. Class of 2019, class dismissed!